Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Forum Thread podcast. I am your host, Zach, and this evening, or whenever you're watching this episode, we have the lovely Cwin90, aka Jason.
Right.
And followed up by that, we have our editor, our beautiful saint, our sweet long-haired angel, Chaos Man himself.
Oh, is.
How you guys been?
I've been doing all right. It's been a while since I've been on one of these dang-fangled podcasts.
But now you're suddenly back in time,
Yeah.
and you'll be back in time before when a podcast which you were also on that I have completed.
No. I mean, this is gonna be great because it's like since the last one that I did, bought a new house.
Yeah.
Got a promotion at work.
Got a promotion.
Got married, had 4 kids, got divorced. They invented space travel, so I went to Mars and came back.
Yeah, this podcast.
And I'm looking forward.
One of them named Kyle?
Huh?
One of the kids named Kyle?
No, that would be weird.
Why wouldn't you want to yell at Kyle?
Exactly.
Because I do that already.
I guess. That's why it's like, if I ever have kids, I want to name them after my parents so I can yell at them. For all the years they yelled at me.
Unless they're well behaved, like.
Well, I mean, yeah, they'll be well behaved, as well behaved as I was, probably.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. You said your parents yelled at you a lot.
I don't. From what I remember, I don't know if you were the perfect of specimens. At least not back then.
Specimen, huh? Interesting choice of word for a child.
Well,
Jesus.
Zach was an interesting person.
Yeah, I am an interesting person. If I guess I'm...
Yeah, what happened to him?
Things have happened to me. Soul-crushing things. But now I go to the gym. Yeah, dude. You just gotta distract yourself until you die.
That's good.
Just like out.
Which,
yeah.
By the time the next podcast comes out, it might be dead.
That's how you want to go?
Via old age.
No, I'm gonna this is literally gonna be done and out, the date of recording tomorrow.
Listen. I have
I'm
no idea if any of that's true.
Computer. I'm just gonna buy a new computer, guys. I'm sick of my laptop. It's
either that or I'll schedule it for automatic upload on Wednesday.
We're talking about podcasts behind the scenes stuff now.
No, it's just more unable to back down.
Well, good news,
records. Because if you catch it in this format, then it's like you have to now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've just been lied to before. I've been hurt before.
We're very bad men, Jason. You shouldn't try to fall in love with us. We'll just end up breaking your heart. It's not you, it's me. We should just be friends,
I ghosted you guys a while ago.
Yeah, you did for a very long time. Made me sad. Missed you, bud. Spent.
Mm-hmm.
But so how? So you had a house. You have a house now. You got a promotion. What's both?
How many of those things were actually happened?
The first 2. I started with truthful things, and then I wanted to go more and more ridiculous.
I didn't believe the kids, but I believed the divorce. Is that weird?
Yes.
Yeah,
before the married part. He got divorced before.
No, I said married, then kids, then divorce.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it in order. That made sense.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, do you even listen to me, Chaos?
And or member of the podcast. Really depends. We have fun here. We have fun. What games have you guys been up to? Playing, I mean, that is... What games have you been up to and or
what game
playing?
have you been up to?
I haven't podcasted in a while. I'm not sure if you can feel the rust in your ears.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I've been playing a bunch of different stuff. Played For the King recently with Kyle and some other people. That's been pretty good. It's like a turn system type tabletop-esque RPG where you're supposed to, you pick a class and then other people pick their classes and then you kind of work together for a common goal, and you basically roll
That's
dice, essentially. Well, they don't actually show you dice, but it's basically like you're rolling dice for percentages and
like
whether you
RNG
succeed or fail on
based
certain
focus.
things.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was pretty good.
What about you, Chaos? Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason. I didn't cut you off.
Well, I was going to say, the most recently I restarted playing Final Fantasy XII
right
Zodiac Age. Well, that's good. But yeah,
Video
that's
game.
about it for me.
Yeah.
Chaos?
Well, both ironically / unironically started looking into the weird, odd world of VR chat, as well as a bunch of different. We had a stint of playing a bunch of Warframe recently as well.
Recently,
And oh yeah, we got up. We shot past the like high quote unquote ranks to where you like where most of the weapons and stuff need like where most of the requirements start to level out pretty fast, and then like in the past few weeks I've been trying to learn how to actually mess around with stuff in Unity and
Like VR skins?
model work for that, and just how to operate the stuff in general for
cool.
future like animation work and stuff. Because it's like using like one goal to make something, and then I'm able to actually learn, because it's a lot of stuff to take in, and not everyone has it all figured out. A lot like so even tutorials. I've seen someone just be like, I don't even know what half of these things do. I just do this and it works.
So you're gonna try to use VR to animate.
So
is that what you're doing?
Well,
I think
sort
those
of.
are two separate things. It sounded like he was trying to learn Unity, but also he's playing VR chat.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
No, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to use it and then use it for that purpose as a like.
Yeah, but you're not.
Okay,
you're
how
not
do I do this thing?
animating in VR, right? Or are you?
Sort of.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
like
What
the
does
way.
that mean?
Well, with the avatars, you could just like map it to a basic skeleton, and then woo, you're that character. But then you can also go a step further by adding different scripts to make it so that whenever you wave your hand around in VR, a little trail of writing comes directly out of your finger.
No, that's not what I was talking about.
go
Like,
even further than that.
are you building the animations in VR? Not for VR, in VR.
Oh, I couldn't. No, I'm not building the scripts in VR.
That's what I assumed.
We're all...
Okay, good.
That would be like, on-the-fly editing of the scripts would be really handy, because a lot of times I don't discover like a core thing that's wrong until I've already like uploaded it, and then have
Did you
to
ever get buyer's remorse
go back down and
for
upload it
your-
again.
Which set did you get, by the way? Just out of curiosity, was it the Vive? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever get buyer's remorse with the Vive, or are you enjoying it? Do you feel like it's worth the investment?
I mean, I don't know why I would. It's one of the biggest reasons I got it is because it dropped in price a significant amount, so it was like finally within my price range. And while right now I don't have very wide VR library to utilize it in, I can easily get any good VR games that pop up.
Okay, I'm just curious because I personally I'm not going to be invested until it's like a little more mainstream. Like, I don't know. I feel like once it's the cost of like a AAA console or something like that, maybe a little more, like a high end laptop.
I mean, that's what it is now.
That.
Yeah.
How much is it? Like $800?
No.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
now.
it dropped.
It's less than that.
Like
Less than
if
that.
you spending $800 gets you like extra peripheral like stuff that you really only need if you're going like if you wanted full body, like including your feet.
If I want to give up
tracking,
I wanna go to the give up machine,
and or like a wider room, like it's like fancy stuff. But if you just want the base system, it's a lot cheaper now.
Really? Okay. Well, shit. Well, I guess. Oh, also, fun fact: Wubbs and Macleod are going to be coming down to Georgia, and me and them are going to be roommates. So maybe we'll all chip in for a nifty VR thing to put up in the living room.
Can't wait to see you all kill each other.
Dude, that's what Ray said, and I don't think it's going to happen. Alright.
See, what'll happen is Wubbs will just lock them both out and take control of his house.
Nah.
And then
the
only way to get in will to be like a Wizard of Oz style hologram he'll project. And if you don't,
look, we just sort of established ground rules right off the get-go.
Give me the ground rules.
Okay. We keep the house clean. No pets.
What are the rules about keep the house clean?
Just everyone clean up after yourself. Don't leave
you might need to be more specific.
Don't leave dishes in the sink for long periods of time.
What's a long period of time? These rules sound pretty bad right now.
Look, we'll establish them. We'll set up a chart. It's fine. But
Chaos, they're not going to do any of this. I know. I've talked to all these people before. This will not happen.
No,
there will be no official system until they all blow up, and Macleod gets killed by Wubwife.
I think there's only one person that we saw about to snap when we weren't starting on time.
No, that's not true. I'm fine. Look, emotions are high over here in the Potter house. I don't disagree with
Voldemort's
this.
back?
It's a tough time. He who should not be named is back, and
I already said Voldemort. Doesn't matter.
He should not be named is back, and
Voldemort.
It's okay. Well, it's too late for now. Well, I hope he finds you.
I'll tell him where Potter is. I'll be fine.
God damn it. No, but I think it'll go fine. Honestly, we're all on the same page in regards to like, hey, if you want something like beer or food out of the fridge and it's not yours, just like ask. Or just shit like that.
I think it might be more having issues with different people's cleanliness would be my guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen my Instagram recently, I've been keeping my room clean, and my.
I'm just imagining the right or left of the lens is just trash mountain.
Especially because of shared locations like bathroom, kitchen.
Oh yeah, no. Any shared locations would be cleaned weekly.
Ooh. By who?
By all of us. Okay. And a Roomba. We're investing in a Roomba as well for vacuuming and stuff like that.
I mean, that's really not going to be the vacuuming is the easiest part, or Swiffering, whatever. That's literally the easiest part. The stuff that sucks is the bathroom cleaning and the kitchen cleaning.
Yeah, the bathroom. I think the only person it'll depend on the apartment setup, but. One of us is gonna get the master bedroom, and then the two of them get the bitch bedrooms, and then one of them has to share the bathroom with whoever comes over or guests or what have you. You know what I mean? That there's that setup where it's you don't have a bathroom inside your room, but there's a bathroom that's considered a common area, but also your bathroom. That's basically one of them's.
Is this the place where you're currently living, or do you have to find a new place?
We're gonna locate a new location.
So you already know what this place is gonna look like.
Yeah, I have 3 or 4 different apartments that are within budget, and there are floor plans. So we'll look into that. I'll send them stuff, and then we'll go from there. I mean, it's not for another 7 months, so it gives them time to save up money, which I hope they can do. Because ever since I got this Excel sheet for my budget, I've been able to stay on budget each month since this month and last month.
2 months in a row. Very good job on budget.
Yeah, dude, it's important. Hey, it's may not sound like a whole lot, but the fact that I'm able to, live within my means and live comfortably and that kind of thing and save up money, even while I'm paying bills is awesome. Mm-hmm. It's a step in the right direction.
I agree.
So there's that. So there's gonna be ground rules and stuff like that. I don't really foresee any issues because we're all big on if there's something you need me to fix in regards to behavior or something that you don't want me to do, just say it kind of thing. So I don't really foresee any issues. But
yeah, sure. You all seem confrontational and be able to talk openly about what bothers you. Yeah, sure.
I'm confrontational.
Uh-huh. And the other two.
That's fine. I'll confront. We'll have it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
They need to learn how to cook, and they also need to try new things.
Why they don't need to learn how to cook unless they're always eating your food.
That's not true.
I mean, they can order whatever they want as long as they can afford it.
Yeah, that's true.
Why did they have to learn to cook? I agree they probably should, but
I think cooking is a necessary skill to have in life, man. Like you can't and eating out all the time, even when you have
you don't need to learn how to cook beyond like even for healthy eating. You can still like just purchase the right things. You just don't have as wide a palate.
Yeah, I suppose. I think...
there's the college diet of like fucking ramen packs for days, so you don't need to learn how to cook if you can just whip up like a package of like cheap noodles.
It's not very nutritionally dense. Like you should get some vitamins.
Sure, but even foods like that, like sometimes they can come in like pre-packaged frozen warm-up meals if really necessary.
I feel like it's a good skill to have in life. Like I just don't think it's something you should forgo. In my personal opinion, I think you should be able to cook a fish or like, make rice and noodles and sauce and, make a soup, like whoever you settle down with or what have you, and they get sick and you got to take care of them. It would be nice to make some homemade soup for them. Like or I'm sure they probably have a favorite place or something, but still.
Listen, I agree. I just say if they come in and be like, you guys got to learn to cook, I don't know how well that's going to go for you.
Nah, that's fine. I'll if they get curious or they want to help me when I cook my meals, because I do prepping I prep meals, like I prep 9 or 10 meals. Which is basically just 2 meals of the same food dish, I guess you can call it.
I will say it was convenient when I lived with roommates that we all kind of like cooked one meal and ate together.
Yeah.
So it made shopping really easy because we could just pretty much split the grocery bill 3 ways every time we went.
Yeah.
Unless someone wanted something super specific, and then they would just buy that on their own.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing that I'm kind of looking forward to is like a sort of like a sit down family meal.
But if they don't cook and then they want to do this grocery thing, then you're going to be cooking for them every time, and then that will be annoying.
Yeah, for sure. It'll probably be a once a week thing.
You'll cook once a week?
That's what I do normally anyway. I cook once a week.
You just cook one day and then freeze all your meals?
I cook one day and then I freeze some of my meals and then I eat the rest of them within the time frame that they need to be eaten. Because I'll have one for lunch and one for dinner.
So do you cook all the same thing or do you cook multiple things?
I cook multiple thing,s so I'll do something that's simple, like pan-seared or like roasted vegetables, and I'll just do like Brussels sprouts, and or spinach and butter and some garlic, or green beans and potatoes, and then I just portion out those into individual boxes, and then you can freeze that if you want. I try not to freeze anything, so like I have a lot of soups and chilies that lasts a little longer than the average bear. That's the best to freeze, honestly.
Why would not freeze things?
It messes with the flavor.
Oh.
It depends, like I know you got to sacrifice something somewhere, but for me, it's like I'm trying to maximize flavor and like utility, I guess, which isn't, I guess those are in direct competition of each other, but I think I'm doing pretty well.
How long does that normally take you to cook everything though, one day?
Oh man, an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you cook a lot faster than I do. I'm slow. Normally it takes me like 45 minutes to cook one thing.
Well, see, that's where like I've kind of gotten it down to like a science, but I'm sure I can keep working at it until I want to get it down to an hour, but I have it at like an hour and a half or an hour 45.
Because don't you need to like clean shit between cooking it too?
Oh yeah. You don't want to cross-contaminate. That's a big no-no.
Right.
Because like, especially if you're not using all the same meats. But like, say,
I mean, you could get lucky and do like pan-sear something, bake something, and then crock pot something. I mean, that would be okay.
Yeah. You can even if you're cooking, like, say I'll cook 3 fillets, one 2 for pan-sear and 1 for like a stew. So, and they're all fish. You can use the same pan because it's all fish. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a huge deal.
Your apartment's gotta be smelly after that all fish cooking.
Yeah, it gets a little aromatic. I don't deny, but with all the seasonings and spices I use, you don't really smell the fish too much.
Believe me, you always smell the fish.
Yeah, you're right.
I like fish. Believe me, you'll always smell the fish. It does not matter.
I love salmon, and tilapia's good, but I think I'm gonna try to go to cod because cod's probably better for you. It's not like farm raised. Tilapia's farm raised, and
I think that's a little salty.
Well, yeah, their online community isn't very friendly.
Yes.
God damn it!
Who knows? With Black Ops 4 coming out,
my God, I'm so happy. That was immediate.
Well, I was thinking of the same joke at the same time, so you led me into it, which was convenient.
Anyway. So I've been working out, meal prep.
Internet high five, Chaos!
Yeah!
I hate both of you with a burning rage. Hey, Jason, can I come and visit you down in Chicago? You
Sorry,
got an
what?
extra room. Or, Illinois or wherever you live?
Huh?
Come on.
Break it up?
You got an extra room!
Guys, lose it.
Alright. Alright.
So,
if you want to, sure, I don't care.
Okay, cool. So the games I've been playing is Final Fantasy 12, which I've
You've also been playing Final Fantasy 12? I literally just
12.
started.
Not 12, excuse me, 15.
Oh, what, on the Xbox?
Yeah, and I'm also playing Cuphead here and there, and then getting frustrated and taking a break, and then I'm also playing Breath of the Wild, which is really good. I love
getting frustrated and then.
Yeah, I get frustrated at Cuphead and or Final Fantasy 15 because of all the grinding. There's a lot of grinding. I'm not a huge fan of it.
There's not that much grinding.
Ugh. I don't know.
I didn't think there was that much grinding, to be honest. I played through most of it without having to really grind. I mean, maybe after a game, like maybe there's a lot of grinding there, but I didn't really think there was that much between, like, you just run back and forth doing quests.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't.
I didn't find a lot of times where I was like just running through killing random shit to try and level.
Yeah, I think it just doesn't. It hasn't synced its hooks into me as much as like Breath of the Wild or Cuphead, because like Cuphead I can play 3 or 4 hours of, and it's like, hey, I made some progress. I beat a boss or something. I'm not too upset, but I'm a little upset. Maybe I'll go dungeon diving in Breath of the Wild, or like get lost in this beautiful, like, I don't know. Like, I'm still on the main story for Breath of the Wild because I keep getting distracted by all the cool side quests and many, like, miscellaneous adventures I can go on, you know? So I just, comparatively to those games, FF15 is just not doing it for me. But also, Spyro's coming out, and I'm so excited. Guys, Spyro, the trilogy, is coming out September.
I never really played Spyro.
I've attempted to play, like, I once got a PS1 game on it, but I didn't get very far.
No, PlayStation 2 was my first PlayStation.
So. Spyro 2.
Well, it's perfect.
Spyro wasn't on PlayStation 2 at all, right? It was just PS1?
It was PS1 and Xbox, and I think it might have been on PlayStation 2. The second game might have been on PlayStation 2, maybe. I don't know. I never had a PlayStation 2. That was the console I missed. But seriously, I guess now would be a good time, you know.
Not really. It doesn't look that good to me.
I think those games will end up just being extremely dated at this point.
So that's a nostalgia game. If you like those games back then, I watched what was it, Jeremy? Yeah, Jeremy from Achievement Hunter did a live stream playthrough of all 3 games. And I watched a little bit of it, and I'm like, yeah, Doesn't look that exciting.
But it's prettier.
Yeah, but the gameplay still doesn't look very fun to me.
All right, fine. I think it'll be a grand old time, and I'm glad I purchased it because it's 3 games for $40.
That's good.
Yeah, dude.
And on the Steam sale, you can get 3 games for about $10.
Yeah, but those are games I'll never play. It's like, yeah,
depends on the game.
Yeah, true, very true. Depends on the game, but a lot of times, like, oh, this game looks fun. It's like 90 cents. I'll purchase it, and then I never download it. So now I'm staying away from Steam. Like, after 200 hours of playing Slay the Spire, I haven't played it at all. Because I just got bored with it, I guess. I mean,
200 hours is probably worth your money.
Or like 100-something hours. I don't know. I haven't looked.
That's still probably worth your money unless the game costs like $100. Like,
no, yeah, for sure. I think Slay the Spire is an amazing time to be had. I think if you like strategy, RNG elements, and like a card game, that Slay the Spire is probably right up your alley because it's got like Darkest Dungeon kind of elements to it, but it has like the ease of use and the quickness and like intuitiveness of a Hearthstone when you're playing it, you know. And the music's nice and it's all right, and the art style's pretty interesting. It's not like the best, but it's pretty good. It's still in early access, might I add, so to be fair, it's a great game. Like if you purchase it for $15, it's a great game because they're still adding content and updating it and changing it. So I highly recommend Slay the Spire.
I could buy another game for a while. I've just bought For the King and Final Fantasy 12, so I'm probably not going to buy another game for like a month or 2.
Now, is it really like I just had like immediate trouble upon like playing that game? Is that system not that bad? Because the battle system
Final
just
Fantasy
seemed
12?
the battle system just seemed like really awkward.
It's a little bit awkward when you first start, but as you start to learn, you can kind of make some cool judgment calls, and as you can expand what they call the gambit system, which is basically you saying if certain conditions get met, then your AI characters will do this stuff automatically instead of you having to tell them to do it.
It's like coding.
It basically is. Like it's a lot of
so cool.
Except it's mostly just if conditions. It's not like anything crazy.
It's not, yeah.
But it's fine. Looks really cool. Story's really good.
Is it the anniversary version that you're playing, or is it the original?
No, it's the Zodiac Age, the new one.
Yeah, I heard that they added a whole bunch of stuff to
it. They did add a lot of cool stuff that, especially with the classes and stuff, that they didn't have before. So I'm pretty interested in it so far. It's been good.
I've seen Lawrence play it for Funhouse, and I think it was the older version, not the one that you're playing, and it looked pretty rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, man, this battle system's really overly complex.
No, it's not. It's not really complex. Like you just learn as you go.
Yeah, I guess if you've never been exposed to something like that before.
And you don't have to make it. You don't have to make it complex. You can basically just be like, if one of my guys gets below like 30% HP, cast heal, and then other than that, attack whatever I'm attacking. Like you don't have to make it super complex.
Well,
you can add stuff. The idea is like you can add that stuff to make it easier for you, so you don't have to manage it. So that way, I can be like, okay, well now I'm going to also add if my guy's poisoned, cure poison. If I see that the enemy is weak to this element, cast that element. So it's just the idea of like you don't have to use it, but if you get good at it, then it makes the game easier to manage a little bit. Not easier to manage, but like it's less stuff that you have to do.
So did they used to always have this full
that they always had? Yes, yeah. That they always had.
What changes have they made?
To the Zodiac Age, new items, new classes. They changed the leveling system quite a bit. Whereas before, everyone kind of started out like the exact same, so you could technically make everyone do the exact same stuff. Whereas now they changed it so you pick a class you want to do, and then that has different stuff. And I just unlocked a thing where you can unlock a second class. So now, like, at one character, you can go to multiple classes, so you can either spread out stuff or maximize it. I don't know how much other stuff they've added other than that. But at least that part I liked a lot, because I didn't really like the leveling previously.
It seems interesting, and the art style is really cool. And all Final Fantasy games have really great music, so it's like it's just the. Oh,
also they added a speed up mode, which is so good. So speed up. Yeah. Like I can instead of like running around, I can like hit my left bumper and 2 times the speed. So the combat goes twice as fast and my movement goes twice as fast. So if I'm not like doing a boss fight where I have to pay attention and I just want to like kill random shit, I just fucking 2 times speed, just go running around. So that speeds up a lot of some of the more boring walks, especially if you've already gone through a place and you don't really care to explore it again. But originally I was kind of confused when I saw that, and then I was like, oh, this is actually really helpful. Other than that, I don't think I don't know how much else they changed. But it's pretty good. I like it. I'm unlocked. The one weird thing about this game compared to probably every other Final Fantasy is that you can learn skills, but still not have them, because you also have to purchase them. Or find them.
Okay.
You could learn it but not find it?
Correct. Or purchase it. So like I could learn how to do like fire magic, but I can't actually cast it until I've either bought it from a magic shop or found it like in an item somewhere, or it drops as an item or something.
Weird.
Yeah, that part's a little weird and sometimes frustrating. But same thing with gear. So like you have to level up and specifically say like, okay, I want to use the next gear level. And then you can equip that gear level when you get it. So like you can't automatically equip any gear that your like class would be suited for. You have to also learn it. So, and those things are pretty different compared to every other Final Fantasy.
It does sound vastly different. I've only really played
I've only played the before 10 ones.
Only before 10? Oh man, you missed out on 10. 13 was pretty fun.
Like I did a bit of 7, 8, and I bought the first 3 like on DS.
Okay.
But I haven't actually gone through them that much.
I think they have 10 and 10.2 on Steam for pretty cheap. But yeah, all the ones, I would say all the ones past 10 are pretty good too. 10's good. 10.2 is different, but it's pretty fine. 12 I like. 13 I like. 13.2 is kind of weird. Still haven't played Lightning Returns, which is technically like 13.3. And then 15's good.
Yeah, I'm playing 15, and I've watched a lot of Let's Plays, and I'm definitely going to try to get into the series more, but
I've heard a lot of divided...
Watch Let's Plays of a JRPG sounds weird to me.
It depends on on what group does it. Because I did watch through 10, 10.1 at least, with the Switcher channel, and it was pretty fun. It made if I had, I would have probably really enjoyed that game otherwise, beforehand. And there was so many great jokes and stuff along the way. It wasn't just watch them grind. Because if they ever one of the best ways to do that type of thing is if you ever need to go back and grind, if you ever need to do something that's not important or something can't be done quick, then you just cut that out, which they're really good about doing.
I would say most Final Fantasy games I've played, you really don't have to grind. As long as you're not running away from battles, you're generally okay. I think most of them play that way, kind of, which is good.
The only thing that got grindy was actually not true grind. It was a weird one of the weird palace puzzles.
Oh yeah, those 10 has some hard puzzles. I remember struggling with those when I was when I first played because I probably first played those when I was like 13 or 14, maybe. I'm trying to remember when that came out. But yeah, some of those puzzles in 10 were tricky.
Tricky.
All right, well, don't copy me. Jeez.
Well, I just sorry. I just wanted to. It sounded fun.
It was fun.
Sounded fun. So I wanted to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
So video games are cool.
Video games are cool.
I've been reading manga too. I've been reading Goblin Slayer, Berserk, Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia.
I mean, you could just say one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. Green Naruto, as some may say.
What?
It's some stupid joke on the internet. They're
comparing Hero Academia to Naruto?
They're calling Deku Green Naruto to be like kind of like cheeky.
I mean,
I would say he has way more depth than Naruto ever had.
For sure.
I
agree.
That's weird.
I think it's a great series. What else?
Don't you remember when the Ninetales gave him the power, and then it had power from all the other beings of power?
Oh man,
I do not remember that.
That's an issue with shonen anime. If they run for too long, or if they don't have like a specific intent. Like I feel like the person who's writing the manga has a specific tale they want to tell of like how Deku. It seems like even the way the anime's played out, it's like Deku narrating over the episode here and there in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like he's telling this from the future,
right?
Like this is the tale of him becoming the greatest hero on Earth.
Well, it does seem like that one's more of going to be a more encapsulated story. Like it might not be a quick one, but it seems like there's a start and end point, especially like based on how much further the manga's developed out. Like I don't know if it's like anywhere near completion, but it's definitely a lot of stuff that's happened already.
I don't know. And I don't know if I agree with long-running animes not being fully thought out. I mean, maybe certain ones, but like they just explained Big Mom's backstory in One Piece, and that's like one of the longest-running anime of all time, and I thought that was really good and really interesting.
You're still following One Piece?
Like, yeah, dude, it's so good. I still wish they would take a year off so they could improve the anime's pacing, but
yeah, that's one thing.
But other than that, the show is still pretty good. Pacing has always ever been my issue with it.
Did you start from the beginning?
No, I started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Well, I'm just saying, like, did you start, like, have you actually seen all of it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I've seen.
That'd be weird to not have.
Well, like, there's the I want to start watching this, but oh goodness, like, if I wanted to start watching it now, like, might as well catch up in 2019.
I mean, why does it matter? Just start.
Yeah, once you start, it's surprisingly easy. Like, you watch 1 or 2 episodes a day.
If you watch 2 episodes a day, you'd be caught up in a year.
Yeah.
Easy. And maybe you'd have a day where you wanted to watch more than that. And then you never know. Maybe there's a day you want to watch less. It also doesn't matter. You don't have to be caught up to enjoy a show.
Yeah, this is true.
You can just watch it.
Especially with shonen anime, there's like 2 or 3 minutes of recap.
Yeah.
So that's true. I skip to the 5-minute mark every time I start One Piece.
Yeah, because it's the intro and then it's the recap. You're just like, well, fuck, I'm binge watching this, or I'm watching it as soon as it comes out. I don't need the recap, you motherfucker. But I guess you're a niche demographic.
I appreciate when I gotten DVD sets of some things before, and they at least with the Dragon Ball one I got before, they took time to make it like perfect for binge watching, like cutting out the like starts and ends of the episodes so they just kind of flow into each other.
Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. Double checking. That's what you meant.
Yeah.
And not like Super or Kai.
No, the original.
Gotcha.
Like they like you could just hit like just start all and then it like packaged them all together and only play the intro once, then the outro at the very end.
Oh, that's
so it was like a super long movie. Well, besides the disc breaks, but you know,
it was like
that's fair enough.
Several episodes all at once. Oh, okay. Or was it like the entire thing in several discs?
It was like I think it's like 5 discs in total.
Jeez.
But that's like all of Dragon Ball.
Right.
Not including Z, but still, it was a pretty big series.
Yeah, I'm still on Gentenma. Like Gentenma's great. I can't get over Gentenma. I took a break from One Piece because I feel like I got burned out because I just felt like some of it was just not going anywhere. I think I'm on like episode 7 something or 680 or something like that. So I just need to sit down and I'll probably watch like 2 episodes. I can probably do 2 or 3 episodes while I'm at the gym on the treadmill or something. I don't think about it. So maybe that's what I'll do. But yeah, the manga's been good. I'm caught up on Berserk and My Academia and Goblin Slayer and Made in Abyss, and Made in Abyss was really, really good.
Yeah, I liked it when I saw it on Amazon Prime. It was a really interesting concept.
It's like
a lot different than you'd expect from the the outward appearances, especially.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, they get like a little. Then even the first episode where they start explaining like I forgot what they called it specifically, but like when they go
building
up
and sickness,
like sickness, yeah. And it's like, oh, well, the kid's got a little headache, and then like you see worse and worse shit, and you're like, oh god, this is gruesome.
It's such a great juxtaposition to the style of the anime too. Like it's super.
You'd never imagine any of the shit happens.
It's not quite as extreme as like a Madoka Magica exposition, but
oh yeah.
Or what was the other? There's another magical girl anime where they end up having to all murder each other.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, it's actually pretty. It was actually pretty good.
I mean, if you can think of another one, like I enjoyed the actual like serious plot of Magica versus the weird outward skin.
It was similar to that to an extent, but it was the same like dark plot. Like this girl is like, yeah, I can finally be a magical girl, and then all of a sudden it's like you have to kill the other magical girls, and they're like, fuck, and then it got very dark very quickly. After like episode 1.
It sounds like Madoka, honestly.
I mean, it's that's what I'm saying. Like it's very similar. It's a little different. Whereas in Madoka, they weren't trying to really kill each other. They were still trying to.
Well, it was more. They did establish that like it was a serious competition for like territories and stuff like that. It's just there wasn't that many in that area.
Oh man, I can't get over Kisniver. It's been a while, but Kisniver was great. Kisniver was awesome. Super emotional.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Kisniver.
Dude, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but I don't think it really stuck with me that much.
Maybe it was just the mood I was in while I watched it. I think, like, your emotional state when you consume media has a super, like, impactful thing. In regards to how the media is like, imprinted on you. You know what I mean? Like, if you were in a very, like, sort of sad state and something cheered you up, like Friends. Friends always cheers me up. Like, I'll watch some episodes of Friends here and there when I'm feeling a little blue, and all of a sudden it perks me up a bit. It's like, hey, life's pretty good. Not so bad. There's the certain tones and, like, the state in which you previously watched something really kind of affects me anyway. Not sure about how everyone else over here. Am I speaking?
Well,
true?
If you watch something angry or upset or something, then it better be good, or else you won't like it at all. Like sometimes I would watch. Most of the time, it's just watch stuff to relax, or to maybe not necessarily relax, but like if it's really interesting, or like I remember how fucking gripped I was in between the finale of the fourth Bizarre Adventure, season.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think I've had any other, like, mainly because it was coming out at the time, and most of the other stuff we watch is either finished or, like, finishes by the time we actually get around to the last episode. But that was one of the ones that we were watching as every single one came out, and
it was so good.
Like, watching it in between episodes was, like, it was perfectly paced, perfectly timed. Like, if any series, even with all the memes it produces, they know how to replicate their source material perfectly.
I'm so JoJo starved. I'm reading the manga, and part 5. I can't wait for it to be animated. It's gonna be so amazing. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Fucking all I know about like
really
the ones that are after the if you can call the current like story arcs, like there's a really big chapter coming up that's basically miles away in the actual anime, but like there's a lot of good like stories just waiting to be put together.
Yeah, for sure. Just in part 5 that I'm on now, I'm only like I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters into part 5, and I'm like, shit, this is getting so good. So yeah,
is Berserk still going?
I'm sorry.
What's
because manga or anime?
I mean, honestly, both.
The manga for JoJo, is that what you're asking?
No, Berserk.
Oh, Berserk, yeah, it's still going. The manga's still going. After 20 years, something happened, and it was very important. And then the mangaka said, "Oh, we're going on a break, another hiatus,
on a boat,
and on Berserk." And it's heartbreaking because there was like this really emotional scene, and it's like, oh, there's not gonna be any chapter. Macleod, it's like, oh yeah, the dude's like, I'm gonna be on hiatus. I'm like, yeah, fair, that's fine, but like not for 5 years, because apparently the last hiatus was like 2 or 3 years or 5 years or something like that. And I'm just like, please don't do this to me.
Well, I'd rather someone have put together at the end of or at least the next important chapter when they're not feeling like they have to. So that's when shortcuts and bullshit that just makes you upset. It's like once you finish reading, you're just like, well,
I would rather. I mean, if you put it like, of course, I'd rather him take his time and like finish it how he wants it finished, and like that means so much to me. But it's just, I'm starved for content, so I just want to eat. Now I'm just going to try to go into some other manga that I can get in. Like, I'm just going to keep reading manga. JoJo's got a fuck ton of content, so I'll be satisfied with JoJo until I'm caught up on that. I got like 300 or 400 chapters to read. So I'm good with that.
Well, you can just go through the One Piece manga if you really need to kill time.
Yeah, that too. Shit.
How 1-to-1 are they with that? Like, how far behind are they on manga versus?
I don't know. I don't.
So you don't read them? You don't read the manga yourself?
No.
Yeah, I think that for me, I like picking manga for anime that I want the next episode to come out for, and it's like it's taking way too long, or like.
Well, I mean,
for example,
with the
Berserk,
with the amount of physical stuff, like. I can just fill my time with YouTube stuff. Like I might cave in eventually with 5, but I'm also like, they're gonna still like release that soon. They're gonna do it extreme justice. Like nothing beat seeing the reaction to the end of 4, and heck, even the end of 3, which I somehow managed to avoid all the spoilers and stuff for that.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's like, I don't want to be spoiled by anyone. I want to sort of experience it naturally.
I don't think I've ever seen JoJo spoilers.
Well, I mean, you have, but it's a series where since you don't know, you can't make sense of most of it. Like, even when like watching a game, which literally is just spoilers, it still manages to be surprising in moments, because a lot of times, like, nothing of it makes sense. Especially because each chapter he takes time and does a different, almost genre of storytelling.
Yeah.
Starting from starting from heroic adventure to like over in chapter 4, which is goofy like neighborhood hijinks. Like there's all sorts of stories. Like if you don't like one chapter of JoJo, that doesn't mean you're not gonna completely love another one.
Yeah. I like all of them. But
oh yeah, some might like only the more action oriented ones. Some like the ones where it's just the main character being a dumb idiot, or both.
Or both. Yeah.
Like depending on the chapter, both could apply.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna bide my time with the manga, and then if I get caught up, or if I'm gonna for something to do with the gym, I'm gonna get caught up on One Piece anime. And
you also just watch some other anime. I'm sure there's lots of other good anime you haven't watched yet too.
Yeah, Steins Gate.
Zero or the original?
The original.
Oh, you've never watched the original? Oh man, that's good.
I'll watch that, and then I also want to watch Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Haven't done that yet. I need to I want to watch Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Zero. I still haven't done that.
Look at that! You got all this stuff to do.
Yeah, so I'll just, maybe I'll queue up some episodes, hit the treadmill,
Did you ever watch Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
So, I'm sorry, what now?
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yeah, I've watched all of it, yeah.
Okay. Even the other arc that was on Amazon Prime?
Maybe, no, I don't
This
think
episode's sponsored by you.
I wish, dude. That's Amazon money? Shit. You'd be set for life.
They probably expect more episodes than once every 5 years, though.
Yeah, we'd have to amp it up.
Quite the hard contract sell.
Yeah. No, wait. We'll sell it to them. We'll be like, hey, 3 times a year, a podcast, and you give us some of those fat stacks. You give us some of those rubber bands, not rubber bands.
What?
Those bands.
What the
That's
fuck?
what the kids call them. The $100 bands.
Hello, fellow kids.
Listen.
With partying over there with their wacky tobacco.
Super litty, fam.
Wow.
We're trying to capture a younger demographic this episode.
How about you stop?
Yeah, Zach over here trying to capture those that are younger.
I'd rather try and sell catheters to old people than try and hit that younger generation lit fam shit.
Oh man, yeah.
Get me away from it.
Catch these hands, fam.
Jesus.
Shit.
What?
Oh man, bruh. But oh jeez, what other media have we been? Have you watched any good movies, Jason? Can we talk about Infinity War yet, or is that still?
I mean, Infinity War's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been out a while. I don't know. You could probably talk about it.
I
thought Infinity War was good. It was overhyped, but it was good.
Yeah, it was definitely overhyped, but it was really good, and I'm looking forward to the next rendition. Chaos, did you see Infinity War?
No, but I don't.
Okay.
I don't. That
you
for
don't
that
care?
one, yeah, I don't care about the actual.
All right.
Really?
Well, for those
you don't like Avengers?
No, I really like all the I love the entire cinematic thing, but it's one of those things where you could say a whole bunch of stuff, but since I'm not as familiar with comics and everything, by the time I actually see it, it'll still be interesting.
Interesting. I don't know, because I went to see it with some people, and some of my friends said they didn't like it because it had no character development. And I was like, bitch, all the previous movies were all the character development you needed.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you got Thanos character development. That's the only new character development you needed.
Yeah, and that was really good too.
I know. But other than that, I thought it was just okay.
I was expecting Thanos to be very mediocre as a villain, and I was completely shocked. I was surprised.
Yeah. And then
I was like, fuck, that's awesome.
And then next weekend I gotta go see Deadpool 2 to see the other Josh Brolin movie.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Oh, Cable, he did such a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait. Me and Chaos and Ray saw that today, so it's still fresh in my mind.
That's good. Did you like that more or less than Infinity War?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say more.
Yeah. No, I could see that.
Maybe it's just my taste, but
well, there's also the thing where you you were even like saying if you like the first or the second movie more, and it's like you have to kind of like give it a bit, and after you've thought it through, because I'm like now it's a seesaw. Like there's a certain parts of the first, certain parts of the second, where it's like kind of almost a tie.
It's like I think it's on par, but I'm not sure if it's slightly worse or better, and I guess it depends on what kind of person you are and what things you value. But for me, it's hard, especially just after seeing a movie, because it's like there's this new movie high where I'm like, this movie's amazing, it's the best thing ever. You know, it's got that new movie smell, and you just can't get enough of it.
That's because you farted with all the popcorn, Zach. It's not the movie smell.
Yeah, it's probably...
That's popcorn farts.
Popcorn farts, and perhaps maybe, like, huffing that liquid fake-ass butter they put in the popcorn.
Why would you huff it?
Well, first you gotta burn it on a spoon.
He's like, when he doesn't want to go get up and get more, like, that's all he has left at the bottom of his bucket. So he does what he can with what he has.
Exactly. You don't want to miss the movie, Jason. That's why you wear a diaper.
Oh gosh, please.
I would not go to someone that shat in the movie theater or pissed himself in the movie theater.
What if they were wearing a diaper though?
That would
smell
make
still gets through.
Yeah,
dude.
that doesn't.
Like, that's not.
Unless they have unless they like have a super like sealed almost spacesuit level shit, like it would be the gross as fuck.
This is true. What was I gonna say? Shit. I was gonna say, okay.
I mean, you already said that.
This person, yeah, that's true. This is not for Chaos, just for me and Jason here, because Chaos is married, so he's already found his soulmate. Okay, your soulmate, Jason. Your soulmate. Okay? You know it's them. They they love you. They're awesome. Mm-hmm. They're the best.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when you guys do like marathons,
no,
listen. But sometimes they're the love of your life, dude. You'll never
doesn't
find
sound like they are
again.
if they're shitting themselves wearing a diaper.
But it's a marathon or something.
I don't understand the reason.
See, yeah, it's like having it all like there's like things where like you might just have different tastes in media, and then there's like things like that. Like if they are what you say as a perfect soulmate, then what he would find as a perfect soulmate wouldn't be that. Because like if they had that quality, then they wouldn't be.
What if they flipped their quad and broke their pelvis, and they had to wear a diaper for a little while their bones?
Listen, a choice is different than an involuntary injury.
I just want to know where your line is.
Choosing to wear a diaper and having
difference.
to are slightly different personality traits.
Fair enough.
If you don't see that, then I can't really talk to you about this any further.
Fair enough. What have you guys been drinking in regards to, like, I mean, maybe not so much Chaos because he doesn't drink, but anything tasty or different or new for you, Jason?
Basically, he's deprived.
Been on a kick?
Are you talking about alcohol? Not really.
Yeah, alcohol.
Not really. I don't really drink very often unless I'm going out with people.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just at home by myself, it's like water or a 0-calorie energy drink or some shit.
I don't know. What about you, Chaos? What's your beverage of choice?
Just
icy.
It's just water, really.
Yeah, water's. Dude, coffee, like cold brew coffee and water is just my daily life. I honestly, this Saturday when I went and did karaoke with one of my old coworker friends, the only. It was really rough, but
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, it's rough. But it's super nerve-wracking, especially getting up on the stage. Like, if I'm ever going to go to karaoke again, it's going to be, like, your own separate, like, karaoke room and your own separate karaoke machine. Instead of
why would you go to a place, like, that's like, the fact that it's a thing in Japan is also like confusing. Like go karaokeing by yourself.
He's not saying by himself, but like with his friends, but not having to perform for a crowd of strangers, just him and his friends.
Oh, you mean like an actual? Like you made it sound like you were just going by, like just starting to rent up a room by yourself.
Sorry, I don't want to speak for Zach. No. Zach, what do you mean?
No, what I meant to say.
Are you a freak?
Is that no,
arguable.
Me and my friend went to this karaoke bar that didn't have their own. Like typically, the first karaoke experience I had, it was a Japanese kind of style karaoke where you pay for the room for the couple hours you be there. You order drinks and they take them to you and food and shit like that. And that's what I thought this was gonna be, but I realized that my friend.
There's a difference between a karaoke bar and a bar that has karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a bar that has karaoke, so it was on a stage.
Assumed.
Yeah, and next time I get a chance to do this with my coworker / friend, I'm going to take him to a karaoke bar, not a bar that has
those around here?
Has karaoke. You have to go to Buford Highway, but yeah, there's. I mean,
I'm just surprised. I didn't think we had like one of those.
Dude.
At all. I mean, I guess if you're counting Atlanta, like,
if you travel 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you can get one, yeah. I mean, you have to go into the city, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff. There's nerd bars everywhere. There's, like, karaoke bars. There's really cool, like, Asian-styled, cafes and stuff. Like, they're out there. You just have to go looking for it, and you have to know what you're looking for. Atlanta's a pretty big city. You know, it's a fun place to live if you so choose to go explore it, and that's what I've been doing the last week or two is going out and exploring because I've kind of made Georgia my home, and more so now that my other friends are gonna be moving here. There'll be 5 of us in one state. That'll be insane.
7 months, huh?
Yeah, dude.
They're all gonna. Well, I believe Webwave.
I have faith.
I believe Webwave has the capacity to move.
Considering they all have literally the same type of job now, that I think budgeting will be over that time.
I just need to help them because they told me that they're not very good at saving money, and I'm just gonna try to have to help them.
Why? That's like the easiest thing to do ever. This is
just
how much I make. Spend less than that.
It's
a 2-step process.
I'm going to send them the sheet that I use.
No, the third step process is a 3-step. You have to include profit with a question mark.
That's 4 steps then.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But more importantly, the Excel sheet I use calculates how much you should save. So you should be, based on the sheet, it says you should be saving 20% of what you're making, your income. Because 50% of your check for the month or your monthly budget should be going towards living expenses like bills and everything like that. And then 30% of that would be like your other stuff, like going out to eat here and there, maybe buying a video game or, what have you, what money you use. Some other ancillary gym costs or like subscription costs. And then the other 20% of your monthly budget would be going towards saving money each week. So you simply divide if you're getting paid bi-weekly, you just divide that percentage by 2, which is 10%, and then you just save 10% of each check in your savings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you set up. That's how you're able to save up enough money to start up an IRA or in the 401k or what have you. Well, you just have to be patient and not spend it, I guess. It's difficult because you got to get out of some of those bad habits where it's like, yeah, I'll just go out to eat. That's another reason why it's smart to go grocery shopping and look for deals and coupons if you don't want to cook, find those really cheap meals. But honestly, cooking is the cheapest thing you can do per price per pound or per ingredient. Like you can make more stuff, you can have more meals for less money.
Correct.
So that's my argument for cooking constantly and like going grocery shopping and buying raw ingredients and then making it yourself. because it'll be more costly and save you more money. You'll have more money to put back and put away for something like a new car, a new house. You know, that the fancy schmancy bells and whistles you've always wanted on your gaming rig.
Oh man, can't tell you how many times I want to put bells and whistles on my computer.
Yeah.
Almost constantly. I look at it, I'm like, the lights are nice, it's fast, it's got a lot of storage, but fuck is it missing some bells.
What kind of, some silver bells, some brass bells, where would you go?
Listen, there's no reason to limit myself if I'm buying bells.
You know what, you're right. Maybe get yourself a gong, you know?
Make sure your motherboard can support the bell upgrade.
I mean, that doesn't work like that.
You don't want a triangle and or gong?
A triangle and or gong.
Yeah, dude. That's what they call them, right?
Seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, but would those technically be bells? That's another question. Is that just like a subset of bell?
I mean, it's a symbol. So it's not a bell.
A symbol of what, Jason?
No, that's what it is. It's a symbol, and I hate you. I revoke my invitation for you to come see me in Chicago.
Aww,
revoked.
Fine.
Gone. I don't care. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, okay.
No, you say it's still in place, but you just you send them to like Kyle's address, but not tell him anything.
Oh, man.
That's going to be hard because it's in Wisconsin, so I think he'd figure out something was up when I gave him a Wisconsin address.
Yeah. Both Kyle and Mike live in Madison, if I'm not mistaken.
I know.
You are correct, sir.
But
I pay attention.
But that's one of those things where it'd be great to like you're halfway there and you're like, wait.
But he has to put in the address into like the thing. Wouldn't you think he'd notice before he started?
You think?
Yeah. Expedia. What do you mean you think?
Listen, I'm sure Zach makes bad decisions. He's pretty dumb sometimes. I have faith that he'd figure that out.
Yeah, I make bad decisions all the time, but traveling is like something I'm pretty good at.
I mean, you're not supposed to be good at traveling. That's literally a foul in basketball. I almost said baseball.
I almost said baseball and looked like a fucking idiot. But luckily you didn't,
sports.
So that's good. So that Cavaliers game, huh? In the Celtics? Or the Celtics?
Celtics?
It's Celtics, not Celtics. But
Celtics. Did the last I checked, they lost to the Cavs, huh?
Sure.
And that's going to do it for our sports section. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in for the 2 seconds of sports that I knew that I Googled before this show.
What?
Why did you Google that?
I didn't actually Google it.
Why are you lying to the audience?
Because I just didn't want to, because lying to the audience is easy and it's guilt-free, and what else? It doesn't make me feel bad. I guess that's guilt-free. It has no consequence. Like, you can tell, hey, audience, I'm a purple dragon that lives in a castle. Like, who fucking cares?
I see.
And do you get any other topics you want to talk about? Because we're hitting that hour mark. Or do you want to push it a little bit?
We've been over the hour mark for 10 minutes now, according to my timer.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's, there it is. An hour and 10 minutes of podcast. It was fun.
And I can't wait for this to be put up on future SoundCloud in 2045.
Thank you so much for joining us for this rendition of the TFT podcast.
Assuming it comes out.
The time traveling nonsense.
This will be sort of like this will be a sort of time traveling episode. We'll have a few of those here and there. So that'll, a few of those here and there. 4 to be exact. If you want to be a technical Nancy.
4 Lost in Time and Space episodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did tune in, don't forget to check us out on iTunes. We're building a website, and expect more podcasts on YouTube and Google Play and all that other fun stuff.
Also, Spleekblorp, the latest new podcasting website.
Dude, I hope aliens listen to this show.
I don't know.
I really want.
I'm sure someone from Mexico listens to it.
Fuck off. That's not funny.
You're laughing quite a bit.
It's not funny. It's not. Alright, goodbye, everybody.
I meant illegal aliens.